She said that American soccer fans, most of them aren't smart. They don't know the game. They don't understand.
Gio.
That guy Gazpacho.
Performance can take a lame gorilla, okay?
Right, did you know that Arsenal died?
These got me buzzing.
Up the Toffees. It's hard to up them anyway.
I'm not even gonna comment on that.
Welcome back to another episode of Footy with the Boys. Oh, one of our hosts is mid-death as we intro here. That's a good sign.
Call an
for
ambulance.
The episode today.
We're not
But
restarting.
not for me.
I was about to go to that. We have a lot to talk about, boys. It has been a good week for Premier League. I say that mostly off of an Everton Toffee perspective. Everything is looking bright and shiny after our weekend. If you're an Arsenal fan, maybe not as bright and shiny, but still pretty damn bright and shiny. After their weekend, we'll get into it all with all the teams in the Premier League, get the rundown. But we start with our big news from the weekend. Boys, are Bayern Leverkusen just making storylines for the eventual movie that will be made about them? Another, was it 90th plus 6th minute game to get their leveler? I swear to God, they are at this point just waiting for Brad Pitt to play Xabi Alonso in a documentary / movie, whatever thing, and add some drama to the end of their historic streak here. Like this is a script at this point. 90th plus 6. Are we gonna see them lose here? They have about 6 games left, I believe, with the DFB Pokal and the Europa League.
Well, I mean,
I don't think they're gonna lose.
if they lose in the Europa League, we're still calling it an undefeated season.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I mean,
but
they haven't
league.
lost. They haven't lost in anything.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
I think they might lose. I really hope they don't. I'll say that. I really hope they don't. But they are pushing their luck. God, this feels like Liverpool like a month and a half ago. Like they were just pushing their luck, bro.
Yeah,
They're super pushing their
think
luck.
they're
I mean, back-to-back games where it comes down to stoppage time goals, and somehow they pull it out. I mean, it feels like they just can't lose. We said that about Liverpool this season, and we'll talk about them later. But never losing. The only games I could see them losing, maybe the first leg of Europa. It's at Roma, which is tough to play there. Did lose some last season in the same competition. And then they play Frankfurt, I believe, is their only tough Bundesliga game remaining. But today, I mean, coming back against Stuttgart, a really good team. I don't know. They just might be destined for it.
If they lose, is this season a failure?
No.
Are we sure? Are we
I
sure?
think it is, yeah.
Did they
If
bottle
they're
it?
losing,
Yeah.
if they
First
lose,
Bundesliga title
and
this
still
week,
get the
but didn't
treble.
go perfect.
They bottled it.
They lose and get the treble. Are they? Is there a little bit of you, even if you win the treble, you're like, fuck, we did lose a game in Bundesliga, or we lost a leg in the Europa League. You're just like,
Yeah,
I think so.
mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure they're invested in this story now too. Like they probably
Yeah.
didn't care at some point, but now since there's only 8 games left on the season, they're like, well, it really is achievable.
Yeah. I feel like obviously if you win a treble, you shouldn't be at all thinking, oh, well, what if? But I think you're thinking what if here, just a little bit.
Amazon Prime, Netflix, make this movie now because I really am interested to watch it. I didn't watch enough Leverkusen games this year. This will be a cool one to watch back.
I want to see like the Leverkusen super fans or whatever, like their ultras, just booing them if they lose. Just you. Boo. This is not what we've come to expect.
Yeah, we'll get one of those situations where they're talking to the fans and they're screaming with the loudspeaker down at them about how shit they've been and how they need to pick it up. Fight for the badge.
Fight for the badge.
That's you might get that for our other big news of the weekend. PSG locked up Ligue 1. They are at 70 points. Monaco in second at 58. It is a classic Ligue 1 Farmers League finish here. Boys, once Kylian Mbappe leaves, is PSG still going to have this stranglehold on
Yes.
Ligue 1? Yeah, we knew that.
I saw something
Yeah.
today that said Mbappe has 8 Ligue 1 titles, and I'm just like, I don't even care or register that. Like, that means nothing to me. It means absolutely nothing.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, that means nothing for his legacy. It is how well he's done in the World Cup and Champions League with PSG, but Ligue 1 doesn't matter that much. Monaco, though, shout out Balogun. In second,
Hello.
Balogun has not necessarily had the craziest season for them, but still a
Please.
contributed factor for them.
It's gonna be
They lost
tight
to
for
Lyon.
that second Champions League spot. The gap between 2 and 5 is really tight.
Yeah,
58 points to 51. So yeah,
I mean,
something to play for
you'd
there.
hope, you'd hope 7 points by the
Yeah,
by
but
the end
like
of the season isn't.
Brest is on 56 and Lille's on 55,
Pause.
so they're right there.
Yeah, I mean, you got nice breasts. We got a whole lot of
Oh
contributors
yeah,
there that
no pause.
we are very interested in that one.
Yeah.
We'll move into and also Lille. And we'll move into the Premier League here, where we
Time
don't
out.
have as fun of names.
Before we move
Where's
into the
your
Premier
timeout?
League, we got to do a little fandom talk, address our new fans on the YouTube, just so we get it out of the way. They get the credit they deserve. Big shout out to Marnius Vanderloob. Hope I'm pronouncing your name.
What a
Probably not. For giving us love on YouTube, saying he's excited to see Americans talk ball. Hopes the sport continues to grow and that we deserve some more views. So thank you so much for that. We love that. And shout out Wandering the Worlds. I don't know what your name is, but that's your YouTube name. For the animal lineup. Love.
You didn't do the extra research to find out their name. You didn't DDoS
No,
them before the
no.
episode.
I did not.
Yeah, we should
Didn't have
dox
enough time. I'll do that afterwards.
Then-
Dude, do you think
Yeah,
they're from what was that country we have a foothold in? Like Lithuania or some shit? Didn't we?
Well, the first
You
guy
think
said
they're
he was from
there?
Texas, didn't he?
Or worldwide.
He did.
Well, I will say our Jamaica video did well, so I think we maybe at least got some viewers on that one from Jamaica. But now we can move into Premier League, unless you want to shout out anything else here. But we start, Nick, with your team, Arsenal. They played in the North London Derby, and 5 minutes in, or 15 minutes in, sorry, an own goal put Arsenal in front here. They go on to make it 3-0. I don't feel that I was ever worried. Obviously, I'm not a fan of you. Once they get a penalty in the 87th minute, I didn't figure that they'd come back. But what did you see from this one? Obviously, a huge mistake by Raya that allowed any sliver of a chance for Tottenham here, but a good convincing win here and a much needed derby game here.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of talk about like Tottenham being the better side and whatever. Tottenham did not take.
From where, Nick? Is
No,
this
dude,
Twitter
trust me. Maybe I've been in
Tottenham fans.
full transparency.
In the
I've been in the
trenches.
trenches today. I've been just dodging and weaving and tossing counter punches left and right today. But I like Tottenham did have a lot of possession in the first half. It was 3-0 in the first half. Raya gives away a goal. I mean, the penalty, Declan Rice just kicks Ben Davies in the nuts. It was insane.
Jesus Christ.
That was
I
terrifying.
felt that one, dude.
No, I was like, Jesus. It is pretty insane that it wasn't called a penalty on the field, but they got it right immediately. So to all the people blaming the refs, relax. But there was a little bit of ref controversy. Mickey Van de Ven, who might be the fastest man alive. Like, Jesus Christ, he's so pacey. Outpaced Martinelli 3 times. Havertz had a 10-step lead on him, and the race was over by the halfway line. It was ridiculous. So what a pacey guy that is. He scored a goal that got ruled out for offsides. You know how I feel about those lines. It would have been a lucky goal anyways. It took 2 weird bounces off of Arsenal players, but got ruled out offsides, and from there, I was cruising. The penalty, made those last 10 minutes a little nervy for sure. But I think we took our chances today. We were extremely clinical. Bukayo Saka with a great finish and a great touch leading up to that goal. Kai Havertz with a wonderful assist there. I mean, a beautiful ball right to Saka's toe, and then a towering header off the corner. we took our opportunities. We were better than them, in my opinion. Their attack had a lot of possession, but never actually threatened Raya. So, I think it was a deserved 3 points. Happy St. Tottenham's Day. We officially mathematically will finish above Tottenham Hotspur this season. They are 20 points behind us. Get bent, you idiots. London is red. We just won 5-0 against Chelsea and then 3-2 at Tottenham in a title run-in. That is something special from this team after really hard results against Villa and Bayern to bounce back and have the 3 games that we have. Super impressive. I don't know if we get the full 3 points in this game last year. I think Sako was talking something about that, about how they just have game mentality, and it showed today because the end was definitely nervy. So, yeah, there's been a lot of complaining from those Tottenham fans on Twitter. Small club mentality, but then again, they are a small club, so not too much, I guess, to blame them for it. It is their life. We live rent free in their head. Those poor sons of bitches. They haven't won a trophy since '91.
Whoa, Audi Cup, bro.
Audi Cup. Come on, man.
Right. Sorry,
yeah,
my bad.
not a historian of the game, I see.
Don't you get a medal for getting to a Champions League final? Isn't that worth something?
Yeah, you do get
a loser's medal.
Runners up.
Congratulations. You lost. Here you go. Good job. So yeah, great win. 3 games left. Bournemouth, then we go Man U, then to a team that doesn't have anything to fight for anymore because Everton isn't survived. So feeling really good. 3 pretty shit clubs. Bournemouth might be the best one of that bunch. So we'll see.
It would be rather okay with me if in the last game of the season, Everton, after Man City is on the ropes, they're dropping points. If Arsenal can beat Everton, they win it. If Everton just said, hey, fuck you and your 115 charges, we'd fucking kick one in our own net. Oh, no. Give us another charge for that, you dumb bastards.
I'd be good with that, too.
Right before we leave this game, I just want to comment on Arsenal with their set pieces. Been great at them all year, obviously, but today was a really good representation of that. The first one, the ball from Saka that goes in, such a dangerous ball. Doesn't matter who it hits, it's always going on frame, and it goes off the Tottenham defender, Højbjerg, I think. And then the second one was just dialed to perfection. The way Ben White stands in front of Vicario completely takes him out of the play without really causing any sort of foul or whatever they call it, getting in the goalkeeper space, obstruction, correct. He did it perfectly, freed up Kai Havertz, and you could just tell that they practiced that one over and over and over again.
A couple of things too. In the first corner, Ben White was seen like trying to unstrap Vicario's like glove. It's hilarious, dude. Shithouser guy. Like that guy, I would hate him if he wasn't on my team. That guy's incredible.
He looks exactly as douchey as
100%. 100%. And then I will say Tottenham, just to rub a little bit more salt in the wound. I mean, that lineup that they put out was absolute shit. I cannot believe that they benched Brennan Johnson. I think he's been their most dangerous attacker on the season. Richarlison not starting, also weird. I would have gone with Son, Richarlison, and Brennan Johnson. Kulusevski was dangerous, but again, never really affected the goal. How in the world are you starting Pierre-Emile Højbjerg in a game in 2024, bro? Like, that man is so washed. Ben Davies, I get Udogie's out, but he got cooked by Saka all day. Oh man,
that was his highlight, dude.
Yeah, bro, that was the only thing he did. That was James Maddison completely absent the entire game. He didn't do a single thing. I mean, shout out to Van de Ven. Romero was a little prick, but at least he fought hard. Van de Ven was really the only guy with quality.
Got a goal.
Nice goal.
Yeah, no, yeah, he did a lot there. So yeah, they're a bad club. Vicario also, I thought could have done better on the Saka goal. Like at least get a finger. He's kind of fallen off. I don't know. This Tottenham team that everyone was blowing at the start of the year, they might have farther to go than we think.
Yeah, there's some investment needed there, I believe. They really kind of, once that initial injury bug hit them, they never really recovered from that. It's been a struggle since then. They were flying when they had all that momentum. Everybody was healthy, and then ever since those injuries, they never got back to that form. And I think other teams just also had all that time to figure out Tottenham's system and how to kind of counterplay them. So Tottenham dropping a North London derby here, and Arsenal stick in that title race here. Mike, we move to Chelsea versus Villa, the team that's kind of fighting Tottenham for that Champions League spot. If you can still say that they are fighting each other for that spot, it seems like Villa is the one that might run away with that one. But they played against Chelsea here. They have a 2-0 lead. And credit to Chelsea, they come back to get a draw 2-2 here. Disappointing for Aston Villa. Is this any type of sign that Chelsea maybe found some bit of mentality that they can come back from a multiple goal deficit to get a result? Or is this truly just Aston Villa shitting the bed and thinking the game was done?
I thought Chelsea was the better team by a margin in this game. Yeah, Villa goes up, the goals go in, but Chelsea was really pressing Villa a lot of this game and just had a few things that didn't go quite their way at the beginning. Nicholas Jackson had a nice goal, a really good finish, actually, which is weird to say about him. And he was offside by a toenail. He got that new haircut, and I thought that would keep him on, but not quite, just over. And then he hit the
That looks
post.
horrible.
Yeah, he's just not a very attractive man, but he's really fast. Hit the post a few minutes later, and it just didn't seem like it could go in the goal. Both of Aston Villa's goals really scrappy, just poor clearance, really, from Chelsea's defense. The first one, own goal, could have done better, and then the other one, 2 missed clearances, and it lands at Rodgers' feet, and he buries it. So you clean up those things. You don't concede too cheap. You have all the chances this game. You take 2 nice finishes. Gallagher's goal in particular, really nice. He could have had a pen on the first one, but Madueke's there and buries it. I give all the props in the world to Chelsea on this one because they outplayed them. Could have had a win. We'll talk a little bit about the controversy at the end. I'm sure you guys both saw there was the third goal, but VAR deemed that Badiashile fouled. Was it Diego Carlos?
Really quick. Yeah, Diego Carlos. Really quick before we get into the VAR, because I have a lot to say
Yeah.
on that too. But I think that's a shit take, Tracy. I really do. This showed everything that was wrong with Chelsea. They've been outplaying their opponents outside of Arsenal for like a month and a half, 2 months now. We know that they have quality. This showed that they can't still put together 90 minutes of good football because they should not have conceded so easily both times. And when you're dominating, you have to be clinical. You have to be the guy there who is then going to be able to put a game to bed. And they weren't. They didn't. And so, sure, like, good job on fighting back from 2-0, but the reality is they still can't put 90 minutes together. I still don't know if there's a leader out there. Conor Gallagher is being forced in the 10, and so he has goals and assists. Good job, I guess, but did that actually, like, win you the game? No. These were important 3 points for Chelsea. They needed to pick up 3 points in their race. And to get this result, you know, Aston Villa's a good side. Aston Villa played horrible this game. This is the worst I've seen them play all season. That Madueke goal, it probably should have been a penalty anyways, but Robin Olsen is what is he doing there? You got to save that ball. Aston Villa, like, were all over the place all the time. Douglas Luiz with uncharacteristic giving up of the ball. This highlights everything of Chelsea, the good and the bad, and unfortunately the bad is outweighing the good.
Yeah, I think this game is the story of their season where
seriously
you see the flashes, you see good stuff, but Mike, you saying, oh, they were the better side. If it weren't for the extremely sloppy defending and these terrible moments in the back that allowed non-deserved or easy goals, Aston Villa is a side that has enough quality that are just going to put those away. If they get hand something on a platter, they're going to put it away. They go up 2-0. Chelsea just cannot continually have these moments where defensively they look like, oh, well, if we didn't have that crazy bad defending, or if we didn't drop and give an easy opportunity up, then we would have done so much better. It's like, no shit. If you say that for any team, if you get rid of their worst moments, they're going to be good. But how far into the season are we that Chelsea are still having these lapses that they allow goals?
It's over. The season's over.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we're damn near the last game of the season, and they have the same exact issues they had in the very first game of the season. I think they're slightly more consistent in their attack, but I mean, geez. But yeah, I mean, you mentioned VAR. we've never mentioned before on this pod, so I guess
Not once.
you can run us through exactly what that
room for a
is.
first. Yeah, that's your virtual assistant referee. Yeah. And
I'm sure
the
that goes
VAR
pretty good, right?
agrees with both your opinions in this case. Usually it gets it wrong. But yeah, it's the same Chelsea. Same mistakes were evident that have been there all season. I said it was a good performance because I still think it was more convincing than other matches I've seen them play. Yeah, the final defending was a little sloppy in the finishing, but overall, more of a cohesive performance, in my opinion. There's a lot of other match to play. And they did find the goal, and they thought they found it in the third. It's contact, but I've seen two players jump
bullshit.
up for a ball in the air, and I think that's a bad one. I think Chelsea should have walked away with 3 points. I won't overturn that one.
People are saying like, oh, a barge in the back, even if you don't extend your arms. A barge in the back is a foul. He didn't barge into him.
Like he bumped him?
He went like,
right.
How is Diego Carlos so weak there?
Are you not allowed to pressure someone with a ball in the air? Like, isn't that the name of the game, a 50-50 ball? But
there is not a chance in hell that if this was outside of the box, it would ever be given as a foul.
No.
Ever. Not once. I was
surprised at how big center backs going for the same ball. Yeah. Like, that's the game.
The announcers said, oh, that has to be a push. I was like, is it? Like, he never extended his arms. Again, he doesn't run into him. He just like puts his body in. I don't know. I thought it was weak. It screwed Chelsea, so I guess that makes me happy. But if you're a Chelsea fan, you have every right to feel wronged.
Screws Chelsea, and it really screws them for the rest of the season because their schedule doesn't get any easier.
Nope.
Could have used 3 points there. Come away with a Tottenham matchup next week, followed by West Ham, Nottingham Forest, Brighton, and then Bournemouth, who is equal with them on points right now. So very, very fine margins. Yeah, they're both on 48 points?
Yeah, 48 points. Good God, man. Bournemouth.
Yeah, Chelsea with 2 games in hand on Chelsea, but Bournemouth is really turning it on here late.
Hey, that's actually
February.
Yeah, that's Bournemouth's highest ever tally in the Prem. Shout out to them.
Oh, good for them. The Cherries.
Yeah.
Start of the season looked awfully rough for them.
Looked like a relegation side.
Them coming back.
Who was with them? This guy.
I believe you bailed like 4 times. Train.
Yeah. Who was on it for a good amount of time?
You're like you were high school cheerleaders who have more stable relationships than that.
They were my toxic ex, and they've had a glow up since we've broken up.
I've been quoted saying I love cherries, so one up that.
One up that. Nick, we do move to what I would love to say the third head of our trident of a title race. No longer. It is after Everton beat our lowly Merseyside neighbors, Liverpool, in the Merseyside derby. We also go on to beat Brentford, but Liverpool went the opposite direction. They draw against West Ham. It was pretty much dead after losing to Everton, but this one just, you put the casket in the dirt here. I mean, another time they drop points, it's over. I mean, you're pretty solidly in third, but there's nothing left to play for Liverpool, really, other than pride at this point and sending Jurgen Klopp off with a bang. What did you see from this one? Because they're bottling.
April 28th, we can call it. Liverpool's title charge is dead. April 28th, 2024. They made it a good amount. I need to preface what I'm about to say with a couple of things. At the start of the season, I was pretty confident Liverpool's going to finish third, but I thought it was going to be a distant third. I thought it was going to be like 10 points. It's going to be Arsenal and City duking it out for the title. I assumed City would win. I'm still assuming that, but we'll get into that later. I hated the midfield. I wasn't totally convinced by McAllister. I was wrong. McAllister's been a dog. Okay. I thought Endo was a panic buy. He's been serviceable, but I think, I don't think I was proven wrong there. I don't know if I'm right, but Endo, he's a solid player. Such a Bozzoy, that guy.
Slabberslide.
Very good pronunciation.
Yeah, thank you. Nailed it. Fraud. Fraud. Hasn't done shit since he scored like 3 bangers. Like, congratulations on winning goal of the month in October. There you go. That is who he is. And those attackers are not great. I did not expect them to contend for a title. That being said, it was not that long ago that they were in the driver's seat for this title. And they have legitimate world-class players in their starting 11, at least 3, you could argue 4. Mo, Van Dijk, Allison. You can toss Trent in there, I think, but that one's more arguable. And
Darwin Núñez.
Darwizzy, world-class fraud. and it's Jurgen Klopp's farewell season, which he told you as you were leading the league, as at one point you were 8 points clear with a couple games ahead of City, but still. Now they don't even make it to the final day. They have 3 games left to play. They're basically out of it. My question to you, is this worse than when Arsenal bottled it last year?
Yeah.
No.
And this is why I wanted to talk to Michael Tracy, because he is such a bitch. So listen,
Oh!
we also bottled it last year. Okay. Our expectations were not to win the league last year, just like Liverpool. We also had a lead. So expectations change as you get results. But Arsenal had a less experienced manager, and B, a less experienced squad. All of these guys, it was their first time in the run-in. Liverpool, you can't say that for either of those two implications right there. They have legitimate leaders, legitimate world-class, been there, done that. And Jurgen Klopp has been there, done that. I think that this bottle job is easily worse than the one that Arsenal went through last year. And it infuriates me that they don't get the same kind of hate that Arsenal did last year.
How much were Arsenal up by in the table?
Also 8. They were both up 8. Although Liverpool's was in end of January and Arsenal's was end of December.
I was going to say Liverpool more so the holistic path of they got canned out of Europa League, lost in the FA Cup, and are now falling apart in the Premier League, that it's just every competition at once, they just start falling apart. Would be my argument, is that they just...
Arsenal did too, though. Arsenal lost to Sporting. Arsenal lost to Sporting in the Europa League. Arsenal made it further in the FA Cup, but not that much. Like, it might have been
recency bias. Fuck it. Liverpool.
I think, especially when you see how today how Salah and Klopp handled each other, like, there was legitimate tension there. They were yelling at each other. I was shocked there. Everyone's talking about another decision by the referees in this game. When Alphonse, whatever his name is, Areola, puts down the ball, and he starts like fixing his shin pads. Cody Gakpo runs onto it, and then he does nothing. He doesn't even kick it into the net. If you're gonna run up to it, then at least put it in the net and like make VAR check it. So I have no idea. Like he's such a moron that he didn't even do anything about it. To me, it's like, how can you complain if your player is such an idiot? I think it's that common sense law kind of thing. So, but he never blew the whistle. So if he put in the net, if he actually put in the net, I think you'd be able to. I think you'd be able to have an argument. What'd you say?
Anthony Taylor blew the whistle.
I saw it like 4 times that he didn't.
Dude, it was so fucking fraud. No. He blew the whistle, goes over to Areola, and tells him to fucking go down and fake an injury to save face because he knew he fucked up. Gakpo's running to the ball. Taylor blows the whistle, and he turns around and is like,
No. Sorry.
Or what?
He blew the whistle after. I'm saying like before Areola put the ball down and started fixing his shin pads, Anthony Taylor had not blown the whistle then. Like, I think Gakpo has the right to go and put that ball in, but then you can't complain if you don't put the ball in.
He should put the ball in, definitely. But that was fraud. Taylor made a wrong decision and then tried to cover it up by telling Areola to take a dive.
Yeah, you're right. That is what happened. But Gakpo does have a little bit of...
If he puts it in the net, then they have a real argument for, hey, that goal should stand. You got to go put that in the net.
That dude sucked, by the way. I was convinced by him, and he is horrible.
He sucked all season. Yeah.
You know who's horrible? Gravenberch, bro. He sucks dick.
He's hot. He has really good games, and then he goes really
so
the other way.
bad. He was horrible this game.
He was not playing at all at Bayern. This is like his first time ever having consistent minutes. So
Ajax.
huh?
That's how he got
Yeah,
the
he's a
move to
Bayern.
Bayern.
Divizier.
Well, yeah, but Ajax compared
It was
to
years
Bayern
ago.
is not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, we move on for more debate over calls and VAR. This must be the first time we start talking about all of that, but we move to Manchester United. And boys, I don't want to spend too much time on this because Manchester United are the same exact story every weekend. This time they had 2 games versus Sheffield and Burnley. We said that if they don't get 6 points, we argued, should Erik ten Hag be fired? If they get a certain amount of points, what does it mean for each of them? It was like a damn near catastrophic versus Sheffield United earlier in the week when they were down 2 different fucking times. They equalized and then went back down again versus Sheffield before 2 goals past the 80th minute to win versus Sheffield United, who is getting just absolutely bombed by everybody that plays them. They didn't even look good there. They then go to Burnley, who, yes, I guess you could say recently has picked up their form a little bit. They're somewhat in that relegation scrap now. They draw there, and it took forever to get a goal. It comes from the most unlikely source, being Anthony. Man, they just really suck. If you were like a Manchester United fan that could choose a way to signal to ownership, yeah, Erik ten Hag sucks, but not punish your team by losing everything, is this not just exactly what you would do? You'd be like, look how shit we are, but hey, still going to make sure we get a draw out of it. Look how shit we are. We have to take 2 late goals for Sheffield. Look how shit we are. It takes a Scott McTominay winner in the 90th minute for 15 fucking games. Like, it's every sign that they are god-awful, and they continue to scrape out the bare minimum here.
I thought...
Is it enough at all for Ten Hag?
I thought it was crazy how open this game looked. Like, there was no sense of control versus a relegation team. Like, zero. It was end to end. Both sides had like a lot of chances, it felt like. I think, that midfield, it's getting sliced and diced wide open. I get we like Kobe, but I don't know. I don't know what the answer is there because they are getting torn apart. The defense sucks. Harry Maguire got absolutely paced in a little through by Sander Berg. Like, I don't know, man. This one, to me, if I'm a Man U fan, this was the most deflating one of them all. Like, to see that a Burnley side that picks up a little bit of form, that's your even match. Like, that is your like, like your direct right. That is the kind of team that you look like. And that is a tough reality to face. It's Ten Hag out or nothing. Like, there is no other option. You have to get him out this summer. It's officially they got 4 out of these 6 points, which is still horrible, but it's official. They're not going to fire him with 3 games left. They're just not. But I think 2 weeks. If 2 weeks into the summer and he is not gone, I'm worried. I am really worried if I'm a Man U fan.
Bro, if it's 2 hours into the summer and he's not gone,
he's got to go.
I'd be worried. I mean, it's not the same Burnley as a couple years ago that would just sit back the Sean Dyche Burnley, but as Manchester United, and I don't like getting into possession stats and thinking that means that much, but if you're Manchester United and you have less possession than a Burnley side, obviously Vincent Kompany plays a little bit more like that. God damn it, you are Manchester United. No matter what, your level should be significantly above to where even if Burnley want to play possession, they don't have more possession than you. You bounce it around and find your way through. Manchester United just never play to a Manchester United brand level. It is always they play to their opponents. I've never once seen them, no matter who they play, look significantly better. Even when they were playing Copenhagen in Champions League, the level of talent there is, I mean, it's a crazy difference, and they never looked that significantly better. It's just a waiting game now. If you're Manchester United, you just wait to the end of the season. Mike, if you had to choose somebody that could come in for Manchester United, who can right this ship? Because the ship is the Titanic at the moment.
Return of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Time for him to come back. He was done wrong. Fantastic coach. Could definitely steer this Man U ship in the right direction. Probably bring back Ronaldo too. The third time can't be as worse as the second, right?
I like it.
Maybe Paul Pogba. He only has 4 years left on his ban from football.
Yeah, that is pretty sad. No more
We'll probably
Pogba.
get Fred back from Fenerbahce for pretty cheap. I mean, that's the midfield they're missing right now. Imagine. Remember those days?
What a time.
Yeah.
One Ten Hag quote. I don't think you guys said it before we leave. The most dynamic and exciting football being played right now. That's what he thinks his team is doing. I don't know if he's sure what those words mean, dynamic or exciting. Maybe they don't translate the Dutch very well because those were bad and bad. Those are just not good adjectives for Manchester United. I think he's just taking the piss at this point, trying to have some humor with these media people because if he's serious, he is absolutely delusional. He's
trying to gaslight us. He's trying to gaslight us.
Yeah.
Like,
just say you're the best
wants us to
manager
get
on
mad.
the world. And,
I know.
And hope you keep your job. I love it. Bald Dutch managers in the Premier League. The quota is 1. We already have another one coming in at Liverpool, so that means that Erik ten Hag is going to have to make his way out. We do have another bald manager, formerly Burnley associate manager, Sean Dyche. And boy, I tell you what, this man, when he has a tracksuit on, he is magic. Another win for Everton. 3 wins in a row for Sean Dyche in a tracksuit. Mike, 1-0 versus Brentford. We jump them in the table. We have 4 wins in our last 5. We are officially safe from relegation. We have truly made it out the mud. Bring us to the top, Mike.
Dude, we made it out the mud. We on top, never going back down. Never in doubt. Never in doubt. Never thought we were going down this season.
Never in doubt.
Only good vibes. 4 wins in 5, man. Holy fucking shit. I'm saying that about Everton. Can you believe it? And some good performances. 3 in a row. Took care of Nottingham. Took care of Liverpool. Absolutely ass whooped them. Took them to town. Killed their season. Sorry about it. I kind of liked the Liverpool story, but to kill him off at Goodison, first win in 10 years.
Amazing. And
right?
For one of the goals to just be a amazing header towering over the Virgil van Dijk.
That was Trent's fault.
Yeah. I don't think that was
Trent's fault or not.
Oh, it was definitely Trent's
They were
fault.
getting dominated in the air all game. They couldn't hang with us up top.
Who was it that blocked off Calvert-Lewin's defender that he stood in front? I can't remember. It was one Everton player just had a pick, essentially.
It's probably Idrissa Gana Gay because that guy's doing everything right now.
That guy's amazing. We love that guy.
Oh my god. I thought he looked horrible at the start of the season. He is balling out right now. 4 wins out of 5 is insane. Prayers up to you in the next 72 hours when the next point deduction drops because it's coming soon.
Hey, we're building up a bank that even if they take 10 more away, we might be safe. That's how we do it. Shout out Idrissa Gana Gay, turning back the clock, looking like the Gana Gay of yesteryear in his first stint at Everton, where he was the N'Golo Kante prototype. I mean, he was playing that good of soccer, and he's back scoring goals, winning games for us. His partner in crime, James Garner in the midfield, has been really good, was great against Liverpool, was pretty damn good in this game against Brentford as well. I was scared of this Brentford team. They had that 3-pronged attack with Tony back in the middle, Wissa and Mbomo. I mean, those are a scary group of attackers, and the fact that Brentford has them all, crazy. But we did well with them, and no big Dom, no Beto up top. Good performance from Yusuf Chermeti. Young kid. Looked shaky at the start, but really grew into the game. Yeah, strong in the air. Really hasn't played at all this season. I was impressed. Hold-up play was good. Making runs. He is an athlete. I'll definitely give him that. Goals taken well. Defended well. Great 3 points. And we play Luton and then Sheffield next. So the run could continue. Although that game against Luton on Friday could be scary because Luton are really in the do or die mode with how close it is in those 3 teams looking for the last spot of safety.
Need it.
They do. So we should go in that game fully ready to prepared, against a really tough team because they're going to be going all at it.
That might be just a little preview. That might be the lock of the week. Luton's going to win that game. There's no way Everton's coming out with juice in that game.
You can't bet against the tracksuit.
A couple of things really quick. Good shout with the Portuguese kid up top, Chimriti or whatever his name is. I thought he played well. Dwight McNeil at the 10.
Yeah,
not bad.
He's been floating around a lot more recently.
Yeah, he's buzzing. And I will say, Pickford, Branthwaite, Tarkowski. That's a pretty good 3 right in front of your goal right there. I think Pickford's had such an underrated season. So
huge reason why
he was huge against Liverpool. Huge against Liverpool. So
and he gets
shout
the
out
fans
to
into the
guys.
game, which is crazily important.
Facts.
Yeah, we have Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Jordan Pickford in that interview after Liverpool were just everything about Everton that you love. Just 2 long-standing toffees getting their big win at Goodison Park. Nothing greater than that. And then obviously this one just securing safety.
Hey, Liverpool.
Probably the biggest.
Sorry about it, Liverpool.
What happened? What happened? Everton getting the win there. We move to the Premier League score cleanup. Oh, and it was just deleted by my friend here, Nick.
That was from last week.
Well, then we won't run through it. I'm just gonna fucking say some things. Newcastle 5-1. Absolutely smack Sheffield United. Fulham 1-1. Did you see the Schlupp goal here?
Oh my god,
banger.
My favorite
wild banger.
It was a great weekend of tweets. My favorite tweet though might have been it was a video of that goal, and then it was like Leno's got to do better. It's phenomenal. That was a great tweet right there.
That is
also
Twitter though. They'll have people seriously saying that, although probably a joke in that sense.
That one had to be a joke.
People seriously saying it who didn't watch the game.
Newcastle's fans, that clip was going pretty viral of like staying on even though Sheffield this got them officially relegated, and they were like clapping Sheffield. Newcastle's fans suck. Just because they did one nice thing doesn't like change their image.
That is cool though.
It is.
Yeah, sad for Sheffield getting down, and they'll have a penalty waiting for them in the championship as well. So there's 0 positives for them at the moment. I wish them the best of luck. Then we go to...
See you later, Sheffield. Good riddance.
Damn.
They did suck. Right. They were so bad, bro. So bad.
Yeah, bro. But they were great.
Dude, my cousin has a jersey, bro. He's a big fan.
For what they were great.
Ben Brereton Diaz, hell of a head of hair. Absolute mane on that guy. Solid player too.
Yeah. Well, this game here we have up on the screen: Nottingham Forest versus Man City. Man City win that 2-0. If you thought Nottingham Forest had the shot at this one, you were on drugs. It's because they didn't start Gio Reyna. Now, if you would have said they had a shot with Gio Reyna starting, maybe you've just been drinking. But
Nottingham would have. Nottingham deserved a penalty. Ederson did the exact same thing that Onana did. Just punched a guy in the face. And did not get a penalty.
Chris Wood could finish a fucking sitter,
seriously,
Nottingham Forest would not be in this position whatsoever. He has missed.
Chris Wood was shit.
Realistically, I'm only thinking of 2.
Had a really good year though.
Yeah. 2 very obvious examples that I'm making a bigger thing out of, but still 2 crazy sitters. One that he absolutely fucking blasted into Narnia rather than into the net.
Missed.
And then this one, he's just uncoordinated. It is a tough look for him here. Now, if Chris Wood scores that, does Nottingham Forest get a result or the win?
No,
probably not. But I'm going to blame him anyways.
But Nuno lost him this match. Like, this is literally on the manager. Not sure if you guys watched this one. Tino Livramento, or no, not Livramento, excuse me, Nico Williams, get those guys mixed up all the time, gets hurt, And for some reason, Nuno doesn't make a sub right away. Lets his team defend a corner kick with a man down. Man City scores. The next one, Murillo, their center back, great player, goes down, can't run, is literally struggling to turn. Erling Haaland runs right at him, makes a quick turn. Murillo can't do anything about it, buried. I mean, those are two substitutions you have to make as a manager. Man City capitalized both times when he didn't do so. So I think a lot of the blame goes on him.
Quick turn is pretty generous. He did a little. He did a. I don't know.
Oh, the Erling Haaland.
Turn.
No, right. It was a slow turn,
dribble.
and that's how hurt Murillo was. He couldn't stay with him. Like,
yeah, he slapped the hell out of the ground after that. He was so pissed.
Yep.
And then we rake it all in with our Brighton. Oh yeah, Wolves beat Luton. Whoop-de-doo. Get rid of your Wolves propaganda, Palmer. We move to Bournemouth. They're the cherries. They're the people we want to talk about. They 3-0 wallop on Brighton here. Bournemouth now tied on points with Chelsea. Brighton is having quite the disappointing season here, boys. Do you think this is down to just them selling a lot of players? Just maybe De Zerbi, his system not working as much anymore? Or, I mean, what is this? Because they have not won in their last 5, and they're dropping down the table. Brighton was supposed to be a European contender this year, building momentum off of how great they were to end last year.
They don't have a deep enough squad. They were never going to have a chance this year.
Yeah, I mean,
they're not scoring goals. Look at their last 9 matches. They haven't scored a goal. Their goal of the month last month was an own goal for another team.
Wait. My God. Wait. They have not
It was
scored
the
goals.
game against Burnley. Yeah, that own goal was their goal of the month. Like, they are allergic to scoring at the moment. And with the way they play, they're so reliant on it because they're open. They get scored on. They're just not keeping up. But Nick's right. Lack of players, injured players who are crucial to them, just wasn't in the cards this year.
It was not that long ago that De Zerbi was being linked with the Liverpool job. That's crazy.
That quieted down quite a bit.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
been linked to some crazy big jobs, and then this season kind of put a damper on
I
really all of those.
Still trust the Brighton project. It's hard to maintain every season, I think.
I don't.
They got stretched.
I think if you're adding in Europe and you get all the injuries, I think it's hard to think that with their squad depth they could still be competing with, because I don't really want to say United. They haven't been amazing either, but the Newcastle, West Ham, Chelsea, all this crazy investment to get any of those European spots, I think it is tough, especially when huge players for their success go down.
They're always going to be a team that's just selling people for so much money. They're not going to. I don't think
their coin.
Yeah, I don't think this is ever going to be a team that actually tries to build.
Yeah,
they
but
can't. It's not their
Euro
model.
Conference League, I think, is something that would maybe do them well.
I don't even think so.
We got to remember they finished top 10 last season, and that was their highest finish ever. So
yeah,
I think the expectations got a little exploded.
A little out of hand.
Yeah, a little high reached.
I mean, they do have good players though, and they proved at times they could be good. I think it's just
definitely
consistency is going to be a difference. It's
they're
a lot
a Premier
easier
League side
to get to the top than stay at the top.
Yeah, solidified Premier League side.
Just Europe. But
yeah,
that's enough of Europe. Let's go to our American players who all play in Europe instead. We go to the U.S. men's national team corner here. And boys, stop me if you've heard this before. Josh Sargent has scored another goal for Norwich. That is his 16th in the championship. The man took half the season off with an injury and still is scoring goals like absolutely crazy, getting his name up there in the top 5 scorers of the championship. I mean, he has to be striker number 1 at this point. Haji Wright making an argument for number 2 and potential winger there. He's
right wing.
He's like impressive as well, but maybe he takes that winger spot for Tim Weah, who versus Juventus versus Milan, he was playing at the right back role and he was doing a pretty damn good job on Rafael Leao. Is that something that we should maybe get some options out there in the friendlies. Roll out Weah instead of giving Scally some more run.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, immediately. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
We said it last time. I mean, Weah's a better athlete, a better player. He's got to get at least a shot at that right back spot.
I think
Yeah,
so.
I do think that Weah, not Serginho Dest, but if you're going profiles, Scally is a much different profile than Serginho Dest. Weah is a winger that has playing right back, and that's really how Serginho Dest plays, or at least wants to play. So Weah has that opportunity to make it a bit more of a fit where he's going to be flying up the field. So you almost have that same dynamic. Obviously, very different as well in terms of technical close space dribbling things, but you do still have a very attack-minded right back then.
Dude,
Make
I
you
think
seem
Weah.
like you're pondering.
Yeah, I think Weah might be a better defender than Dest. Like just straight up, like at the art of defending, I think he's better than Serginho Dest. So he might have been a right back stuck in a winger's body. Like I think he was a right back in a past life.
I'm gonna make way too big of a comparison here, but I'm gonna fucking say it anyway.
Please don't do it.
Tim Weah is gonna be the United States Kyle Walker, dude. This is what I fucking see.
My God.
We're gonna have that much speed on the right back, dude. Put him on Mbappe. He's the Mbappe killer. He is the Mbappe killer. That's what I'm labeling him right now.
According to
Tim
what?
Weah. To me,
This is
according to
something.
me, dude, this is what I'm seeing. He's gonna lock down.
I
He's
would
gonna
love
own
that. I
right
would be
back
so
spot.
happy, but damn. All right. Hey, listen. He did shut down Leao. So, if he can do that to a continued extent, who knows? Maybe he is that star right back for us. Mike.
Half of Italy has shut down Leao this season. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know about the
not,
Mbappe killer.
Yeah, not
Mbappe
been.
killer.
Leao's still been pretty decent, but he's not been where he maybe was projected to be. Mike, speaking of Tim Weah, there were some rumors that he might be looking for a move here, and Everton was rumored to be interested in him. Tim Weah with Sean Dyche and Everton. What are we thinking?
Hell yeah, dude. I've made that signing
Kyle Walker.
many times on FIFA career mode. So that's a match made in heaven.
Yeah. Tim Weah, great at getting down the line and whipping in crosses. If that's our game plan with Beto and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I don't see why not.
I mean, I'll be honest here too. Anybody's better than Jack Harrison. I know he's on loan, but shockingly bad.
I like Jack Harrison just off of his MLS and Wake Forest past. He has a bit of an American tie, but
True.
yeah, he
Just
wasn't,
not good
he
enough for
wasn't
Everton.
really killing it for Leeds last year, and that has not changed too mightily here for Everton. But what has changed is Paxton Aronson, who was kind of just riding the bench at Frankfurt, gets his move out to Vitesse in the Eredivisie. He gets a brace. Now, I don't know if you guys know what's going on with Vitesse in Eredivisie. They got docked 18
Relegated,
points, which
didn't they?
guaranteed their relegation. So they don't have a lot to be happy for. But having Paxton Aronson come in, score 2 goals in a win for them this weekend, gotta at least make them feel some type of happiness in some way, I suppose. But we
They're on
love to
2
see
points,
Paxton
dude.
Aronson.
That's so sad.
Yeah, no, it's pretty fucked. That is
2?
pretty terrible. 18-point penalty is crazy. That's just a death sentence. But Paxton Aronson, 2 goals. He was the CONCACAF youth player for really every single age group in the youth ranks for him. So hoping to see him continue to develop and get some playing time like this. Not going to be at Vitesse after this season. He's going to be back at Frankfurt. Maybe he can break in to get some type of minutes like Kevin Paredes is right now, but we'll see on that. Another center attacking mid that is rather young, Malik Tillman. PSV is just a factory. Yeah, as your jersey suggests there, PSV are very good. They have an 8-0 win. They all were wearing number 8 jerseys in honor of Serginho Dest and his serious injury to his knee. They go out there to score 8 goals as well. What an amazing group of teammates he has to go out there and score 8 for Serginho Dest. Love to see it. Malik Tillman getting 2 of those goals and an assist.
Wow.
He's going crazy over there with his goals and assists, goal contributions over there in the Netherlands. And then finally, another young center attacking mid, Benjamin Kremashi, back for Inter Miami, comes off the bench to score a goal. Had another beautiful flick to Messi at another point in the game. Excited to see him back. I think maybe some of the hype of him being brought into a U.S. men's national team camp was a bit premature, but he is certainly a talent. You can see it very obviously. Would not be shocked that this may be his last year in MLS before a move to Europe, because he's definitely has some talent. But boys,
He said he'd represent the United States at the Olympics.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that will be a showcase in itself.
That's huge
for him to prove kind of what he can do. The Olympics coming up. Boys, that kind of begs the question. You have a lot of young players that are doing very well. The Malik Tillman, the Paxton Aronson, the Benjamin Kremashi. You still have people like Pepe that can play in the Olympics. If you have to bring your 3 overage players, remember it's only a roster of 18 players for the Olympics. It's a very small roster. Who are your 3 overage players? Obviously, Copa America may play a factor in who you can bring here, but what positions are you trying to lock down there, Mike?
I'd bring Tim Ream, because I think that'd be kind of funny.
I don't know if Tim Ream will go to Copa America, so that might be an option.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be cool to have that kind of presence in the locker room with those young guys. I think I'd bring Pepe, because I don't know how much he's going to play in the Copa.
Pepe meets the age requirement, so he's not an overage player.
Okay.
Go again.
Go again. Maybe Yunus Musa? Does he meet the age requirement?
I think Yunus Musa also fits the age requirement, so you don't.
Well, I don't know. Go to Nick. See what Nick has to say, and I'll think of a few more players.
Bring Pulisic.
All right, Nick, we move to you. Together, you guys name 3 players that are old.
I think
yes, I can.
I think a good one would be Walker Zimmerman. I think he's proven to be a leader before. He could be, he's not super old. He's shouldn't be sniffing really the Copa team. So I wouldn't hate Walker Zimmerman there. I also like him. He's just a cool guy. I think it'd be hilarious to have Jordan Morris just for vibes.
Fuck yeah.
No.
I think it'd be fantastic. And outside of that, I don't know. I think you really take your pick. It's only 18. Do you really have to bring 3?
DeJuan Jones.
Why
DeJuan Jones has to go.
Bring 3 overage players?
Because who gives a fuck about the Olympics? Just use it to develop your younger guys.
Bring DeJuan Jones. That's my shout.
Yeah, but Nick, I think you missed the biggest thing about Olympics, and this has been U.S. men's national team or USSF's main point on wanting to get to the Olympics, is that the Olympics is, at least in America, an extremely, extremely watched event. And so while people might not watch Copa America, if you're just a casual fan tuning in, if the Olympics has American team in soccer, they are going to draw some eyes. And if the U.S. goes out there and gets absolutely shit on because they don't want to bring any of their overage players, that is not good. It is another reason why they
didn't say any
invested so much into getting into the Olympics after missing out on the previous cycle. And
all right, fine. Drake Calendar. There you go. Congratulations. Now you have a goalie.
All right. Listen, we needed an answer. So I baited one out there. I do think the Walker Zimmerman one's a good shout. Just getting somebody in there that can be
Matt Miazga.
Strong in the back. That's not as great of a shout, but you know what?
He's tall.
A shout nonetheless. Let us know who you think the U.S. should bring to the Olympic team in addition to our young players. Should we try and push AC Milan for Christian Pulisic in the kind of start of their preseason? Should we push for a Weston? Should we push for these star names, or should we go with
none of those guys?
I need the young guys to shine.
I'd love to see
Christian
Pulisic
hurt
at Olympics.
They're gonna get hurt, bro.
It's too many games.
A lot of football to play. That's a lot of football.
Listen. It's a gold medal on the line here. Gold medal.
I've never seen an Olympic soccer game.
All right. Well, you're not a true fan of the sport then. Neymar winning it in penalties in Brazil was absolute scenes. Let us know who you think they should bring to the Olympics overage players. Do you agree with Nick and Mike that maybe they shouldn't bring the stars? Do you believe that maybe Christian Pulisic can lead us to gold? Do you believe that, like Nick, that he hates America and will never support them? Let us know in the comments. Until next time, though, This has been Footy with the Boys.